This is part 3 of the story about the day a man tried to kill me and the supernatural events that saved me. And so, the fight for my life begins. Now let me set up a slight visual. At the time, I was 5'2" and 135 pounds. Alan was 5'10" and 220 pounds. He was extremely muscular. I don't know how, but I managed to open and get out of his door before I even knew that that was what I was doing. I scrambled to my feet and ran to the back of the car. I wanted the car between us because for some reason I felt the car was my only chance for survival. I waited and I watched as he slowly and deliberately got out of the car. He shut the door and then turned his back on me. And what he did next made my legs go weak with fear. He started stretching. He put his arms over his head and bent in one direction and then the other. He twists to the left and then he twists to the right. He grabs his neck and then stretches it this way and then that way. He leans over and touches his toes and then does lunges and side lunges. He swings his arms round and round like the windmills we used to do in school. I know what this means. He's like a fighter preparing for the match. He's going to beat me. I slowly walk over to the driver's side door, opposite of where he's standing. The moon reflects off my keys in the driver's seat, catching my eye for just a split second. Alan slowly turns around, looks at me, and smiles. He says, "Are you ready?" I say, "No." He says, "That's too bad." Intently watching each other, he takes a step toward the back of the car, so I take a step toward the front of the car. He reverses and takes a couple of steps toward the front of the car, so I reverse and take a couple of steps toward the back of the car. Slowly, he redirects and walks all the way around the back of the car, so I walk all the way around the front of the car, making sure to stay opposite of him. We're now standing on opposite sides of where we started. I'm at the passenger door, and he's at the driver's door. Without really thinking about it, I opened up the passenger door, so he opens up the driver's door. While maintaining intense eye contact over the hood of my car, I try to subtly lock the door and hope that he doesn't notice. Then I shut the door, and he shuts his door. Then he starts running and everything goes into slow motion. He runs into the front of the car and I run into the back of the car. He quickly reverses and heads to the back of the car, so I run to the front of the car. He's not taking turns well, so I'm hoping that him being heavier than me will mean that he will tire out. Then he just starts relentlessly circling the car in one direction, over and over and over again. We just keep going. He's not even running. He's just steadily coming at me with his normal walking strides. I'm having to try to stay ahead of him in a very fast walk, slow run. I'm having to concentrate on making sure I'm taking the turns well so I don't fall. And I'm having to concentrate on him to make sure he doesn't change directions or stop or run. Around and around and around like we're playing some fucking game. I'm like, Why isn't he tired yet? I contemplate making a break for it, but I still just can't shake this feeling that the car is my only chance for survival. I am on the passenger side of the car when I realize that Alan is right behind me. I don't even know how it happened. And now he has me.